Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the Ganzo G729. Some of you who collect knives might say, hey, that looks like a Spyderco, sort of like a Paramilitary too. Well, it pretty much does, but there's a couple of big differences. The biggest is the price. Price is only $14.93, which, by the way, I did provide a link in the description box below. It's a link to GearBest. $14.93 with free shipping. Now, this is not a Spyderco. It's a Ganzo. Now, another difference is the lock. Looks like an axis lock, don't it? Well, I think it's an improvement over the Spyderco. I actually prefer the axis lock over the lock that's put onto the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And I like that they did that. This way it's not a knockoff of the knife. It's Ganzo's own, and it's quite an incredible knife. So let's go ahead and take a close look. Now, for those of you who don't like the green color, this does come in orange, black, and camo also. Now, like I said, this is a Ganzo, not a Spyderco, but you have the Spidey hole. They are not the first one to use a Spidey hole. Other knives use it. Here is my Benchmade that I've had for a very long time, Griptilian. Guess what? Got a Spidey type hole, but look. Benchmade axis lock. They took the Benchmade axis lock and put it on a Spyderco Paramilitary 2 style knife. I'm getting the best of both worlds here. I'm getting three things, the best of three worlds. I'm getting the Spyderco hole, I'm getting the axis lock, I'm getting a budget price, and this makes it like an ideal everyday beater type of knife, EDC, but with all those high-priced features. Another thing about Ganzo, the build quality for the price is like crazy good. I have quite a few knives I happen to have here. This was like my first absolute favorite knife for the longest time. This is a Ganzo G704, and I still carry this regularly. You can see the clip has taken some pretty good hits there. Another one of my favorite is this one. So it looks like the Rat 1, but they stuck a axis lock on it. And this, I did a review on it a while back, and it's a G727. Yeah, see, there we go. Pretty nice, huh? And you can see that I also carry this regularly. But you got the Spyderco kind of blade. Like here's a Spyderco Delica. See, same shape, leaf shape kind of blade there. Just too cool for school. So let's go ahead and go down some of the specifications of this knife. The handle material is G10, just like the Paramilitary 2. You do have steel liners. These steel liners are solid, so it does weigh quite a bit. Open pillar design, so dirt will flow right through. Torx screw construction, including the pivot screw. Down in here looks like brass or bronze phosphor washers down in there. The closed length of this knife is 4.75 inches. Open length of this knife is 8.25 inches long. I gotta put this way out here so you can see it. It's a pretty large knife. Weight. Some of you are going to say that's too much. This weighs 4.5 ounces. It has a little bit of heft to it. So if you are sensitive to carrying around heavy knives, this is not the knife for you. If you don't care, or if you feel like a heavy knife is a well-built knife, then this is the knife for you. Now some other pretty cool features, just like the Paramilitary 2, you have a 50-50 choil here. However, unlike the Paramilitary 2, you don't have the jimping here. You do have some jimping here, but it's not a Spyderco jimping. This is not a knockoff. They put this other kind of jimping, which is more aesthetic than actual function. It's not really that functional. You also get a sharpening choil right there. So if you're working this on the stone, you don't have to worry about, you know, button up the shoulder here against the rock, against the stone. You just go to there, and you don't worry about hitting that. As far as clamp-on sharpening devices, this is a full flat grind, so you're going to have some problems as far as getting it centered and even, because you have no flat surface on the blade. Speaking of the blade is a 3.4-inch brushed satin finished plain edge blade made of 440C. That's another difference. Paramilitary 2, of course, is very high quality super steel. This is 440C, which is a very, very good everyday steel. You know, it's not super strong, it's not super hard, but guess what? You could sharpen this easy, and 440C does hold an edge pretty well, although it's not a super steel. Thickness. This blade is made of like 1/8 inch stock. I mean, right here, I measured it, it's 1/8 of an inch thick. That is a hefty blade. Again, it's a full flat grind, and deployment is utilizing the Spidey hole. So let me just show you here. Deployment, nice and easy. Not as smooth as a Spyderco out of the box, but relatively speaking, it's smooth. And compared to other budget knives in this price range, it is very smooth. Let's talk about carry options. Here's your clip, Spyderco looking clip. Let me see, I got a Spyderco here. You can see how that blade or the clip shape is sort of similar. Right there. This is my Delica 4. Look at the size of this lanyard hole. It's huge! It's very huge. Now, the clip can be relocated on the left-hand side. So this is a right or left-handed carry, tip up. Just so you get a reference there. Okay, that's up. Here's the clip. Tip is up. You cannot carry tip down. We'll go ahead and do a couple of tests here. Retention is good. It's pretty tight. It's not going to come out. It's a very strong access lock. This is actually a little hard to pull back. I mean, I could do it one finger here, but it's taking a lot. You can see it put a dent in my finger there. So it does need to break in a little bit, get that spring a little bit loose, because it is tight. But the payback is retention is awesome. Blade centering. Let's take a look at that. Blade centering is nearly perfect. Lockup. No up and down play, no side to side play. Sometimes some access locks that are done have a little bit of up and down play. This has none. None whatsoever out of the box. It's just super tight. It feels like one piece, the handle and the knife. It feels so solid. Next is sharpness. I'll go ahead and grab my notes here so I don't have to waste any paper. And we'll go ahead and, okay, you can see I'm push cutting there. So very sharp as far as cutting paper. How about shaving? Can I shave with this? Let's take a look. Okay, so we are shaving, no problem. And I have very thick hair, so it does take a sharp knife for me to shave with. Last thing we'll do is we'll get a piece of soft pine here. Just make sure there's no fundamental heat treatment problems with the blade. Alright. No one should do this with a knife. I'm doing this just to see how strong that tip is, just so you know. I don't recommend you do anything like that with your knife. Let's take a look at the tip. And the tip is still pointy. Nothing broke. I love this knife. This is now my absolute favorite budget EDC. I really, really like this knife. Now, Amazing price, $14.93 with free shipping from Ganzo. Link provided in the description box below. Build quality, this thing just feels like it's built like a tank. It is very, very well done considering the price. Remember, this is a budget knife. Now, I'm not going to say this is awesome build quality if this were to cost $200, but for $14.93, everything in sort of that category, this thing is built, and the build quality is awesome. Now, there are a couple of things I kind of wish it had that could have made it better. First thing, right off the bat, I would have liked more functional jimping than what we have here. Also, the blade stop. Let's take a look at that blade stop right there. I'm going to go ahead and pivot this down a little bit. I wish it was a little thicker. It's average size. I would have liked it if it was just a little bit thicker, so even that part would be as solid as everything else. And it is solid. I'm not saying it's not solid. I just would have liked it to be thicker. Just me. Anything else? It would have been nice if there was a little jimping here at the 50/50 choil right there. But still, it's just absolutely awesome. By the way, ergonomics, it's perfect. Ergonomics is just really, really good, whether you're holding it here, whether you're choking up on the 50/50 choil, whether you're doing reverse carry, because guess what? You can definitely, when pressed, use this as a defensive knife, as long as you know what you're doing. And don't bring a knife to a gunfight unless you are highly skilled in the martial arts and you have some crazy knife skills. So I recommend this. I recommend this 100%, 5 stars. You're not going to find a better budget EDC knife than the Ganzo G729. And again, you don't have to get it in the green. It's available in black, orange, and camo. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, bacon, and you. And I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.